Hey guys, this is Amarine, and I'm going to cover two topics this week, and that's going to be passing and penguin troubles. Sorry about my hair. I have a ton of stuff to do for school, and I'm working long shifts the entire Labor Day weekend. So this is going to have to be kind of quick, and I don't have time to, do anything, really, including make myself look nice at all. So that's how that's going to be. First of all, passing. So I'm really excited. I don't know if I told you this. Oh, I did, I think, that I'm going to school, asked my professors to all call me by my last name. They all did except one, and I just said, I go by my last name, insert last name here. And he said, great, fine, okay. And I don't know if he read my email or not. I kind of don't think he did. But I haven't had any problems so far. So that's just kind of an awkward class. I don't know who was paying attention, and I don't know. Let's see, my math class so far, I think I'm passing. No one's really talked to me yet in that class. I have an acting class that's been absolutely amazing. I'm going to talk longer about this on my personal channel. I'm going to do a whole video on passing. But the professor is a brilliant man in the first place, and it's just been wonderful about the whole thing. And I passed really well in that class. And then, in general, I just have been passing. I even passed we have like a little Quiznos in the dining area, and I went to go get the sandwich there, and like there are tons of, it's a liberal arts college, so there are tons of, I'd say queer looking, sort of just short hair, whatever, kids, and some flaming stereotypical gay guys, and I think it's kind of hard to tell sometimes. And I got served by a lady who took my sandwich order all last year, and even remembered that I had the same sandwich. So I guess props to my hairdresser for that, and I think it's made me a lot more confident. And I mean, a little bit passing makes me sad because, not sad, but it makes me feel like, why do I feel like just because I look a certain way, why do I feel like because of that people see me better? And I think that's still sort of sad that we have such rigid, markers of what gender looks like. But I also feel really good that I'm being seen more as myself. So I'll just share, besides going on and on and on about that experience, which I'll do in my other video, I'll share 3 funny passing stories. At work, which I won't be going to that work for most of the semester. I'm going to be taking most of the semester off, but my last day is Labor Day. But I don't mind. I'm not out to them because that, for a lot of reasons. But I'm not out there, and I'm not going to be. And I was in the bathroom. I have to do bathroom checks in the women's bathroom, and like wipe down the sink and stuff. And this old lady came in, and I was wiping the bathroom, and she goes, "Am I in the wrong bathroom, son?" And I just kind of looked at her, and I said, oh no, I'm cleaning, it's alright. And she just kind of looked at me like she didn't trust me, and she was really freaked out, and she started to turn around to leave. And a server who, for many reasons, is quite obviously female, came out of one of the stalls and was washing her hands and was like, hi, and the lady just kind of looked at her and looked at me and looked really disturbed, and went into one of the stalls and used the bathroom, and that made me laugh. I've passed a lot at work, well, some, on and off, depending on how tired my voice is. The tighter my voice is, the higher it gets, usually not super high, just, but that was probably the funniest. And then on the way out, she smiled at me, and I think she felt kind of bad, I'm not really sure. And so that was funny. I think, and the only time I've had issues with passing, really, so here's kind of 4 stories, is this one lady had a crack in her glass, like a really huge crack, and so I offered to, fix it for her, but she said, call out sir, and I turned around, and I was like, hey, what's up? And I guess the woman next to her, it was a large party, and I had sat the woman next to her, and then she had just walked in the restaurant and found them later, goes, hey, that's a girl, because one of the hosts said, alright, birth name here is going to take you to your table now, and so they kind of had figured it out, that I was a girl, and so the lady just kept apologizing. I got her a new glass, I got her a manager, but she kept apologizing for calling me sir, and that really, sorry, it's a bug, and that really, really annoyed me. just, like, but you know, she was trying to be polite, so whatever. Second passing story is, in my acting class, there's a couple of people who knew me as female, and I did explain the situation to one of them. The other one doesn't know me very well. I didn't know she was going to be in the class, so she was kind of hanging out. There's an exchange student there who was really kind and friendly and nice, and I was sitting next to him, and we ended up kind of chatting about whatever in that class, and you know, he wanted to make new friends, and I dropped a pen or something, and he goes, "Young man," and I was walking with my friends, and I was really worried because they had commented on my hair and how I had this long hair, and he was like, "How long was it?" And 25 inches, and I didn't know what exactly he was thinking. I don't know, I guess he didn't care that I had 25 inches of hair, as one of the girls was talking about. So we were walking, he's like, "Young man," and the two girls were like, "What?" And I didn't hear him because he was far behind me. He was like at the back of the group. There were like 5 or 6 of us, and he didn't say it very loud. And he was like, "You, sir," and he looked to one of my friends and was like, you know, what's that young man's name? And it was the friend who I explained everything to, and she's okay with it. I just think she wasn't exactly sure what to say, and was kind of just, it was her first experience dealing with that at all, so she was just like, and my girlfriend was like, "Hey, it's her last name here," and he said, "Hey, sir," and I turned around and I got my little Sharpie, and that was fine. So that was kind of fun. So one of the exercises we also did in this acting class was that we had to find someone we hadn't met yet, and there were all these chairs in the room, and then there's like some risers, because it was in the theater room, the actual theater room, so risers people sat, and you had to be led blind around in circles around each of the chairs, and then you had to go up on the riser still blind and be led by your partner. So we were walking around the chairs, and the professor who knew and everything, I was walking around during the whole activity, and I could hear him. He came over, I was blind, but he came over by us, and at first my partner was like leading me by one hand, which is not really the best way to lead someone blind when there's like 25 other people in the room and it's kind of a small room. And I knocked into one of the chairs really hard, and I hit it kind of like with my crotch, and the professor just goes, he goes up to the girl. I could hear him coming up behind the girl, and is like, "Are you trying to stop him from ever having any babies? Do you not want him to have a family when he grows up?" I just thought that was the funniest thing. That didn't really have to do with passing, but the fact that he said that, like, to this girl, like, I just thought that was a really awesome, funny thing, so mad props to him. Yeah, so that's my little passing story there. That got kind of long, but whatever. And penguin troubles. I didn't research this because I didn't have time, but I'm gonna go with what the other dude said. I'm guessing that's what you guys are talking about, and I like code names. My personal code name is, I've been like Julius Caesar. Someone come behind me and stab me. I like that one better. So whatever you choose to use. And that, it sucks. Hormone blockers are expensive, and I'm probably not going to go on them. And, you know, I'm lucky. I mean, you know, people think you're a girl, they like to talk about that kind of crap in front of you. And, I mean, I feel bad for you know, girls who have it bad and everything, but, you know, I've kind of just managed to deal with it and say, try to separate it from gender and remind myself it's just something that I'm going to have to go through for a little while, you know, and eventually it'll be fine. If I just wait through this, then I'll get to the point where, you know, I can more biologically be a man. And that's how I get around a lot of dysphoric kind of things. But, yeah. It's one of the few trans kind of things that I just hate talking about. And just, yeah. If I don't talk about it, it doesn't exist sort of thing. So, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to stop with that, because I really don't want to talk about it anymore. But I will talk about penguins. I went to, I already said, no, I don't know if I said this on this channel, but I went to Boston and New York and Connecticut. There's a aquarium in Connecticut, and they have penguins, and I learned at that aquarium in Connecticut with penguins that you can't tell a penguin's gender or sex by looking at it. You have to do a blood test, and I thought that was really cool. I mean, obviously, biologically they're different and everything, but I kind of feel like, yay for passing penguins. You know, I mean, if a penguin really didn't want to be whatever gender, then the other penguins maybe couldn't tell, and you know, yay. So cool little gender fact about penguins. So that was probably long and rambly, and that's all I have to say for now. I really need to go do schoolwork, which is sad, but what you gonna do? Alright, so, and I survived the hurricane. Yeah, I got through that. Didn't have power or water for like 4 days. My film teacher and I were all excited because we had gone 4 days without a shower by the first day of class. I took a shower though before class, so it's alright, but we'd both like had to find a hotel and go take a shower right before class because we didn't have any power or water. But yeah, we survived. Everything's kosher, so it's good. Alright, catch you guys later, and cheers. Bye.